quiet suburbs of Willow Creek, where manicured lawns stretched like green carpets under the sun, one woman's petty demand shattered a family's legacy. What if I told you that a simple request for a picnic spot led to the destruction of a cherished orchard and sparked a battle that would change an entire neighborhood forever? Buckle up, because this story of entitlement, heartbreak, and unexpected redemption will have you hooked until the very end. Emily Thompson had always dreamed of a home where her children could run free, picking fresh fruit from trees that whispered stories of generations gone by. When she and her husband Mark bought their modest two-story house in Willow Creek 5 years ago, it came with a hidden gem, a small orchard in the backyard. 10 apple trees, gnarled and wise, planted by Mark's grandfather decades earlier when the land was still farmland. "These trees are more than fruit," Mark would say, his voice thick with emotion as he pruned the branches each spring. "They're Grandpa's way of watching over us." The orchard wasn't huge, just a quarter-acre patch, but it was everything to the Thompsons. Their 2 kids, Lily, 8, and Jake, 6, spent afternoons climbing the sturdy limbs, their laughter mixing with the buzz of bees. Emily baked pies from the crisp apples, sharing them with neighbors during block parties. It was a slice of rural heaven in suburbia, a reminder that life could be simple and sweet. But in Willow Creek, simplicity didn't always align with the rules. Enter Sandy Hargrove, the self-appointed queen of the Homeowners Association. At 52, Sandy was the epitome of suburban entitlement. Perfectly coiffed blonde hair, a wardrobe of pastel polos, and a clipboard that might as well have been a scepter. She'd been HOA president for 10 years, enforcing bylaws with the zeal of a crusader. "Standards must be upheld," she'd chirp at meetings, her smile never reaching her eyes. Her daughter Brittany, 16 and spoiled rotten, was her mini-me, demanding, dramatic, and utterly convinced the world revolved around her Instagram feed. The trouble started innocently enough. Brittany's latest obsession was aesthetic picnics. She'd seen TikToks of girls lounging on checkered blankets under open skies, surrounded by charcuterie boards and fairy lights. Their own backyard, however, was overshadowed by the Thompsons' orchard. The tall apple trees blocked the afternoon sun, casting dappled shadows that ruined her golden hour photos. "Mom, it's so unfair," Brittany whined one evening over dinner. "Why do they get all that space for stupid trees? I want a picnic spot right there, flat, sunny, perfect for my friends." Sandy, ever the doting mother, patted her hand. "Don't worry, sweetie. Mommy will fix it." It began with a letter, slipped under the Thompsons' door on a crisp autumn morning. It was typed unofficial HOA stationery, notice of violation. The orchard, it claimed, violated Section 4.2 of the bylaws, something about unauthorized landscaping exceeding 10% of yard space. Mark stared at it in disbelief. "This can't be right. These trees have been here longer than the HOA. Emily felt a knot in her stomach. The orchard wasn't just landscaping. It was family. Mark's grandfather had planted those trees after returning from World War II, a symbol of hope and renewal. When Mark's parents passed away young, the house and the orchard became his inheritance, a tether to his roots. Losing it would be like losing them all over again. They attended the next HOA meeting, a stuffy affair in the community center where Sandy presided like a judge. "Mrs. Hargrove," Mark said calmly, holding up old photos of the trees. "This orchard predates the development. It's grandfathered in, pun intended." Sandy's lips thinned. "Rules are rules, Mr. Thompson, and frankly, it's an eyesore. Overgrown, attracting pests. We've had complaints." She glanced at Brittany, who sat in the back, scrolling her phone with a smirk. "Complaints? From whom?" The Thompsons pressed, but Sandy waved them off. As they left, Emily overheard Brittany whispering to her friends, "Once those trees are gone, it'll be the perfect spot for my picnics." Mom promised. That night, Mark paced the kitchen. "This is insane. It's our property." Emily hugged him, tears stinging her eyes. "We'll fight it." For Grandpa. For the kids, weeks turned into months of back and forth. The Thompsons hired a lawyer, digging up old deeds proving the orchard's legitimacy. Neighbors whispered support. Old Mr. Jenkins next door loved the free apples, but few dared challenge Sandy openly. She'd once fined a family $500 for a pink flamingo lawn ornament. Her wrath was legendary. Brittany, meanwhile, ramped up the drama. She posted on the neighborhood Facebook group, "Ugh, why do some people hoard space? Imagine a cute community picnic area instead of those ugly trees." Picnic vibes couldn't ho for the win. Likes poured in from her clique, but so did Backlash. One comment from Emily: those ugly trees feed families and hold memories. Let's talk respect. Sandy saw red. At the next meeting, she proposed an amendment. To promote community harmony, excess foliage must be cleared for shared green spaces. It passed narrowly thanks to her cronies. The target? The Thompsons' orchard. It's not personal, Sandy said sweetly. It's for the greater good, like a picnic spot for our youth. The emotional toll mounted. Lily came home crying one day. Brittany said our trees are dumb and they're getting chopped down. Jake clung to the trunks, whispering, "Don't go away." Mark's blood pressure spiked. Emily lost sleep, her dreams filled with bulldozers. Then came the ultimatum. Comply or face fines escalating to liens on the house. The Thompsons refused, rallying a petition with 20 signatures. But Sandy had pull with the city. Her husband was a councilman. Permits were fast-tracked. One foggy morning, the family woke to the roar of engines. A bulldozer idled at their fence hired by the HOA. "No," Emily screamed, rushing out in her robe. Mark blocked the gate, phone in hand, calling their lawyer. The kids watched from the window, wide-eyed. Sandy stood nearby, arms crossed, Brittany filming on her phone with a grin. "This is for progress," Sandy shouted over the noise. The driver hesitated, but Sandy waved him on. With a gut-wrenching crunch, the first tree fell. Grandpa's favorite, the one with the swing. Apples scattered like tears. Mark collapsed to his knees, sobbing. "You have no idea what you've destroyed." Emily held him as the machine tore through the rest, roots ripping from the earth like broken promises. By noon, the orchard was gone, a muddy scar where life once bloomed. Brittany clapped. "Picnic time." The destruction made local news. HOA horror. Family's heirloom orchard bulldozed for teens' picnic dream. The headline blared. Reporters swarmed Willow Creek, interviewing shell-shocked neighbors. Old Mr. Jenkins. "Those trees were here before half these houses." A young mom. "Sandy's out of control." "What's next, our gardens?" Social media exploded. Brittany's video went viral, for all the wrong reasons. Comments flooded. Entitled much? Heartless Karen. Hashtags like Josh Save the Orchard and Ho Karen trended. Even influencers chimed in, calling it a symbol of suburban tyranny. The Thompsons, devastated, channeled their grief into action. Emily started a GoFundMe for legal fees, sharing photos of the kids hugging the trees. "This isn't just about us," she wrote. "It's about standing up to bullies who trample on what's sacred." Donations poured in, $50,000 in days. Mark, red-eyed but resolute, filed a lawsuit. Wrongful destruction, emotional distress, the works. Sandy doubled down, calling a press conference. The HOA acted within rights. That land will be a beautiful picnic area for all. But cracks showed. Board members resigned, whispering of her overreach. Brittany, facing online hate, deleted her accounts, tearfully begging her mom to make it stop. The trial was a spectacle. In a packed courtroom, Mark testified, voice breaking. "Those trees weren't just wood. They were my grandfather's legacy, my children's joy." "You can't bulldoze memories," Emily added. "We taught our kids kindness, but this taught them cruelty." Sandy on the stand faltered. "It was for my daughter, for the community." The judge wasn't buying it. Evidence showed she'd fabricated violations, abused power. Verdict: HOA liable, $200,000 in damages, plus orders to replant equivalent trees elsewhere in the neighborhood. Willow Creek changed. Sandy stepped down, humiliated, her family moving away amid whispers. Brittany, chastened, volunteered at a community garden. Her picnic spot dream forgotten. The Thompsons used the money to buy saplings, planting a new orchard in a public park. "Grandpa would approve," Mark said, watching Lily and Jake water the young trees. Emily smiled through tears. From ashes, growth. Years later, the park buzzed with picnics, not from entitlement, but community. And the Thompsons? They healed, their bond stronger, teaching their kids resilience. What a roller coaster, right? If this story touched your heart, or made you rage at HOA Karens, hit that like button to show support for real families like the Thompsons. Subscribe for more tales of drama and triumph that keep you glued till the end. And share this with a friend who needs a good story today. Your clicks mean the world. Let's grow this channel together, one emotional journey at a time.